LMV Production Studio, where creativity meets innovation. Equipped with the latest technology to bring your vision to life. Our expert team of creatives, ready to collaborate with you. From video reels, videos to podcasts, we do it all. Meticulous attention to detail in every phase of production. Let's create something amazing together. Contact us today and let's get started.
It's an LMV thing.
Major James Capers.
There we go. You got it.
And I'm excited to be here. It's a little nervous, but I'm honored. Mr. Capers, I am excited to be here and be the one to interview you. And one of the things that I want to just introduce to is one, your book on faith through the storm. And when you start talking faith through the storm, as I was looking through it, I saw something in here, and I think this is a good place for us to. It says, faith whispered to the warrior, you can withstand the storm. And the warrior whispered back, I am the storm. Welcome. Tell us about the storm that you are.
Well, I named my book Faith Through the Storm.
Okay.
Because I've been through quite a few storms, personal storms, and during the wars that I fought. I fought 2 wars, and I suffered 19 gunshot wounds, and I spent
19
gunshot wounds.
Wow.
During my time in combat. And I spent times in the hospital, but the storms for me, that's part of it. But I was lucky enough to have a wife for 50 years, and she's gone now, and I had a son who died in my arms. Those were the storms I had to deal with. These are personal storms.
So one of the things, and we'll get to that because I know that reading your book, that was your heart. But what about your background when you were raised up? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I was born in a little town called Bishopville, South Carolina. And it was a farming area. And my mother and father, and I had some siblings, which they're all gone now. And basically, when I was ill, common diseases, I was sick and wasn't expected to survive.
Okay.
Another storm. But my folks didn't have many resources, so they gave me to a white family. And this white family took me in. Then the angels came home, and they cured me.
Okay.
And took me back to my family, and we left South Carolina and went to Baltimore, Maryland, which is where I was educated, and joined the Marines, and I guess rest is history.
So what enticed you to want to join the Marine Corps? I mean, and what caused you to want to be in the Marine Corps?
Well, it was during World War II when I got to Baltimore. And it was a time of, patriotism. And I saw those types of things. I saw the soldiers in uniform. And I heard the music. It was very, I enjoyed it. And it caused me to want to think about serving my country.
Okay.
And of course, at that time, the Marines were considered, the unit that I wanted to look at. So I did. And after I finished high school, I joined the Marines and did 23 years.
So what was that like?
Well, fought 2 wars as a Marine. I lost many good men, and during that time, as I mentioned, I lost my wife, and I lost my son, and I've been widowed many years now, and
So
it's hard for me to go back and explain all of those things which you and I have talked about before.
right. You know, that's one of the reasons why I didn't. I know that if we talk about Dottie, that was your wife,
My wife.
and we started talking about your son, it's emotional,
Yeah,
and so, but it's part of your heart.
yeah.
So in talking about that, how'd you meet Dottie?
Went to high school together.
Okay.
And I was walking down the hall one day, and she was walking down the hall one day, and I saw her, and I fell in love.
Wow.
Fell in love with her, and
Love at first sight.
love at first sight.
And you all spent 50.
50 years.
That's phenomenal.
And she followed me around the world doing part of that.
Okay.
When I was in the Marines.
So she was very supportive, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Now, talk to me a little bit about the major campaigns.
Have you ever felt like life setbacks were holding you back from your purpose? Too many people allow past failures, disappointments, and obstacles to define their future, never realizing that their greatest challenges may be preparing them for their greatest calling. That's why Dr. Bobby McAllister wrote Beyond 66. In this powerful and inspiring book, Dr. Bobby shares his personal journey through adversity, military service, faith, leadership, and life-changing experiences that shaped his vision for impacting others. Beyond 66 is more than a memoir. It's a roadmap for anyone seeking purpose, perseverance, and the courage to keep moving forward when life gets difficult. Through authentic stories and practical wisdom, you'll discover how obstacles can become opportunities and how your vision can extend far beyond what you ever imagined. If you're ready to be inspired, challenged, and empowered to pursue your destiny, then Beyond 66 is the book for you. Get your copy today and discover why your story doesn't end with where you've been. It begins with where God is taking you, Beyond 66. Because your vision should always go beyond the limits others place on your life.
Vietnam, that
When
you
I fought 5 campaigns.
5.
Yeah, campaigns.
Okay.
And they were hard, lost a lot of good men. Today, there's only 3 of us still left alive out of my unit
Okay.
that I know of, only 3. And we lost a lot of good men, well-trained, and served this country well.
So there's a lot of history in your background. One, you was the first Afro-American to command a Marine reconnaissance company.
Mm-hmm.
And what was all of that? That was one of the big campaigns
Yeah,
that you were part of.
yeah. Well,
Talk to us about that.
Well, back in those days, African Americans did not command. Well, matter of fact, blacks didn't join the Marine Corps until 1942. It was all segregated.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to the Army, you could come in.
Right.
But in the Marine Corps, blacks couldn't come in until 1942.
Okay.
I came in 1956, and I chose to be what we call a Marine Commando.
Okay.
And that was the Force Reconnaissance Company. And traditionally, you have to be the swimmers,
Okay.
the divers, and the commando types.
Y-
And I did that for 20 years.
That was one of the reasons why I went to the Army. I didn't like the water. I didn't like the swimming, so Navy was out. But one of the things that I'd ask you, and I sort of feel, how did you feel representing the United States in combat and just serving, selfless service?
Well, I believed in that flag, and I still believe in that flag. There were times when I think back at what happened to my father. He was put on the chain gang for a crime he didn't commit. This is back in the South.
Mm-hmm.
So I had, reasons to think that maybe this isn't for me. But what were the options? So I believed that flag, and I fought for it, and I bled for it. Lost a lot of good men, but I survived because I was very good at what I did.
Yeah.
You know,
You know, one of the things I want to tell the audience, I want you all to know that I'm talking to Major James Capers, and excellent, and we're going to read some of the things that they're saying about him, because I believe that we're talking to an extraordinary human being. And one of the things that he served honorably in the Marine Corps. And one of the things I believe, and if you want to get the book, you almost can get it. I got mine at Amazon. So you can get it at Amazon, wherever books are sold. And I recommend that you get this and you read about a model Marine. And you know, one of the reasons why it was in my heart to ask you to help me with the book is that you were the Marine Corps postage person. How did that feel? And how did that feel?
Yeah, after Vietnam, there were a lot of issues in the country, racial issues, and the Marine Corps wanted to recruit more African Americans. And the general from headquarters of the Marine Corps called me and said, you're going to be the poster Marine, and we want you to take the photos. And you know, the J. Walter Thompson Company in New York, they came down to Camp Lejeune and did a series of photos. I think they took 600 photos, and those are the ones you see on the book there. Those are the ones they decided to put out, recruiting to try to get more African Americans into the Marine Corps at that time.
Okay. When I saw that, and I saw you on the poster, that made my heart leap. Because one of the things that for me, it was a pride and joy to see you as excellent as you were, and it looked phenomenal. Now, one of the things that, here's some of the things that they say about him. It said, Mr. Capers Jr. isn't just a hero.
Something good gonna happen in this year, and I am grateful that I made it here. Yesterday's gone and a new day has appeared, and I am grateful that I made it here. Blessings gonna find me here, oh yeah. Favor gonna find me here, oh yeah.
So he's a living legend. What do you think about that?
It's an honor. It really is an honor, but when you look at the photo, they took me to a golf course at Fort Meade, Maryland, where I was working up there. And they stood me out there. This is after Vietnam, and both of my legs had been broken during the war, and I was recuperating. But the Secretary of the Navy called me and said he wanted me to do this photo. And they took me out to the golf course and had a platoon of Marines behind me. And this is after the war, and I had trouble standing up.
Okay.
And there was a white Marine behind me, and he put his hand up in my back, and he said, "It's okay, sir, you can do this." I was faltering because my legs were not doing very well.
Okay.
I spent a year in the hospital at Bethesda, Maryland. But now I'm taking a photo, and I want to stand like a Marine. You know, I want to stand up and take this photo. But my body was beginning to say, I don't know if you can do this or not. It was a long time taking that photo.
So
But
now,
the Marine behind, let me finish telling you. The Marine behind me put his hand on my shoulder. Said, I'll hold you. I'll hold you up. And he was a young white Marine behind me. So the days when some of the white Marines didn't believe in integration,
okay.
this day, he was holding me up, and I appreciated that because I couldn't have done it without him.
So there is another highlight in your career, and that's Special Operational Commander.
Yeah, Yeah, like the Navy SEALs had the SEALs and the Green Berets, but the Marine Corps had their own special operations. And I was the commanding officer of one that we had. You know, and I had a couple of hundred men that could do it all.
Yeah.
They could dive, they could, they were all, commandos. They were all special operations guys, and I trained them all.
Good.
And I spent most of my career in those types of units.
You know, one of the things, and I'm gonna read one of the things that they say, and I think it's excellent. They says the people that are speaking concerning, we firmly believe that Major James Capers has met the stringent criteria for the Medal of Honor. Huh.
Well, in 1967, when we had the last mission at a place called Fulop, and we fought 4 days and 4 nights, everyone.
At True Blue Home Services of North Wilmington, we keep your home running smoothly inside and out. From handyman repairs and seasonal maintenance to senior home safety upgrades, our trusted background checked professionals are here to help. Whether it's a one-time project or our quarterly home care plan, you get reliable service, clear communication, and peace of mind every time. Call today for a free consultation.
Was wounded. My war dog King was killed, saving my life. And when I went to the hospital, we all survived except the dog. And we got to the hospital and the general came in and he walked over to me and he kissed me on the forehead. I had a lot of morphine in me, so a lot of this is what folks told me. And he told the folks there that I would be recommended for the Congressional Medal of Honor. He was killed a few months later, so the recommendation never went through.
Right.
So years later, when one of my young officers in my company became a 2-star general, and he heard these stories, so he decided, let me see what's true and what's fiction. So he then recommended the Medal of Honor.
Oh, okay.
And now, based on his information, they brought it forward again. And now it looks like Frank knows more about that than I do.
So was that the battle where it says, one of the things says you were coming up into April 67,
Yeah.
and that was an fierce battle,
Yeah,
and that was the one that you're speaking of.
right.
And so some of those that survivors of that is some of the ones that are alive today. Is
No, there's only 3 of us alive.
3?
Right.
Have you
one-
talked to them?
I have. One is Stanton, lives in Virginia. He lost a kidney and was one of the bravest things I saw during my time there. He fought with me. And there's another one, well, he wasn't there, named Dorosky. He lives in Virginia. And he survived. He wasn't on that particular mission, but he fought with me for a year in Vietnam.
So now in looking at now
Yeah.
and all that you went through, what will you tell the Marines now about serving?
It's an honorable way to serve your country.
Right.
You know, I talk to a lot of young Marines these days, and they ask me what was it like during my day. I encourage them to serve their country.
Good. And I think it's honorable that in the studio we're in now, it's outside of the Marine Corps base.
Yeah.
And the guy that owned the studio, he wanted to do this as an honor because I'm military, he's Marine Corps, and we're saying that we really appreciate what you've done.
Thank you.
We appreciate all that you did in combat and all that you're doing now. And I understand you're still active in the community.
Yeah, we meet every Wednesday, sometime a couple times a month, and this coming Wednesday, we'll meet again at my home.
Okay.
I mentioned we'll serve lunch, and we'll give you an opportunity to talk about your experiences or in the military or in the community. So before my wife passed, we started the Capers Foundation, in which we raise money to help those who are a little less fortunate in the community.
Well, I would just like to say that it's an honor for me to know you.
Thank you.
And anything that I can do as a support, my heart is in it.
That's good. I appreciate that. It means a lot.
And I salute you
Thank you. Salute
very
you.
much. And I appreciate you coming and being part of this. And we're gonna get it out and push as much as we can to get you as much honor, because I believe it's much deserved.
Thank you.
And we say thank you,
Thank
for
you.
being with us.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Doc.
We have spent some time here, and I'm Dr. Bobby, interviewed here with Major James Capers. Be sure, get the book, enjoy, and serve your country well. Thank you.
Thanks, Doc. All the way.
Amen.
He didn't say what was bound in heaven would be bound in earth, but he said whatever that is bound in the earth shall be bound in heaven. In other words, God comes in agreement with my word. Whatever you say is what you gonna get.
The presence of the Lord is in this place right now.